Good afternoon. Is my voice audible and are all able to see the screen share? If yes, just reply in chat so that we can start the class. Today we are going to know about types of networks. Local area network, LAN, metropolitan network, MAN, and wide area network, WAN. What is the difference between those three? We will be knowing in further slides. Local area network is a network that is confined to a relative small area. It is generally limited to a geographic area such as a writing lab or school or a building. LAN computers more than a mile apart. In a typical LAN configuration, one computer is designated as the file server. It stores all the software that controls the network as well as the software that can be shared by the computers attached to the network. LAN, local area network, is nothing but a small network which is confined to one building only. They won't have any branches, they won't have any offices apart from that one site. And they even won't use much higher end servers, they will use in house local server. Computers connected to the file server are called workstations. Workstations or nodes are nothing but systems or the devices which are connected into network are called workstations. On most LANs, cables are used to connect the network interface cards in each computer. Ethernet cable or through Wi-Fi, the local area network will be set up. MAN, Metropolitan Area Network, spreads over a city. Means they will have 4 to 5 branches or 8 to 10 branches across the city. For example, if we take cable TV networks, purpose is to share hardware and software resources among its users. Some X brand cable service throughout the city. So they are having multiple offices with multiple channels. They are able to communicate, spreading over a city. WAN, wide area networks, connects larger geographic areas such as India, United States, or all over the world. Dedicated cables or satellites uplinks may be used to connect this type of networks. Connected through public networks such as telephone lines, leased lines, or satellites. Largest WAN is internet. When we are connecting, if there are 10 officers in India and if there are 5 officers in United States and there are 5 officers in Britain, we are connecting all those 20 officers all together. That is nothing but a wide area network WAN, and the, they will be connected via leased lines. For each office, they will have leased line to connect from one office to another office. Difference between LAN and WAN. Diameter of not more than few kilometers. When compared to WAN, span entire countries. LAN operates at data transfer rate of several Mbps, 1 to 10 Mbps it works. But when it comes to WAN, it works greater than or equals to 1 Mbps. And when we are using LAN, the cable, mostly Cat5 cable, is enough, ample enough to transfer the data. It transfers data up to 10 Mbps per second. When compared to WAN, when you are doing cabling, Cat6 cable is required because Cat6 transfers data 100 Mbps per second. Complete ownership by a single organization, LAN, small office. There is one school having 10 systems for their lab, single organization. WAN, owned by multiple organizations, multiple offices or multiple branch offices of same organization are connected into WAN. As the network is smaller, the error rates are lesser. When network gets bigger, the error rates are higher. Topologies. Topologies are nothing but whether it's a LAN, MAN, or WAN, how they are connected. What type of diagram is used to connect those type of networks, topologies. The pattern of interconnection of nodes in a network is called the topology pattern or the diagram. The pattern of interconnection of nodes. Nodes are nothing but workstations or systems or devices in a network is called the topology. Bus topology. A, a linear bus topology consists of a main run of a cable with a transmitter at each end. As you're able to see our image, there is a transmitter at each end and there is a single cable to which multiple systems are connected, printer and a server is connected. All nodes, file server, workstation and peripherals are connected to the linear cable. But this kind of technology topology is used in earlier days, but at present no one is using such type because if a cable breaks from here, then there will be no communication for all. Communication will get break. Bus topology. Advantages of a linear bus topology. Easy to connect a computer or peripheral to a linear bus. Requires less cable length than a star topology. Disadvantages of a linear bus topology. Entire network shut down if there is a breakdown in the main cable. Terminators are required at both ends of the backbone cable. Difficult to identify the problem if the entire network shut down. Nodes must be intelligent. Each node is directly connected to the central bus, single cable. Star topology. See, here there is a hub, switch, or a router to which multiple devices are connected, multiple nodes are connected. Example 2. There are three systems connected to a switch and a router, and there is a server. In star topology, each and every node is connected to switch. From switch, it is connected to the router. If there is, if this system get downs, no issue. There will be no communication for this system. But other systems are able to communicate with the server. A star topology is designed with each node, file server, workstation, and peripheral connected directly to a central network hub. Data on a star network passes through the hub before connecting to its destination. If we are transferring any files, it, if we are sending node A has sent some request to node B or to file server, it will first reaches the switch. Then it will pass us to the router. From there, it reaches to the file server. From file server again to router, router to switch, switch to node A. Whatever the request has been raised by the node A will be accomplished. The switch or a hub manage and controls all functions of the network. It also acts as a repeater for the data flow. Advantages of a star topology: easy to install, no disruption to the network when connecting or removing devices. If there are 10 systems in a star topology, if one system got damaged, if you want to remove that system and you want to place one more system, you can do that. Easy to detect faults and to remove parts. Disadvantages of a star topology: requires more cable length than a linear topology. Linear is nothing but bus topology. If the switch fails, nodes attached are disabled. If switch fails, then there will be no communication in between those 10 systems which are connected to switch. For that, there will be a failover switch, standby switch, which is having the same backup of switch A into switch B. If switch A get fails, then automatically with less than seconds, switch B will act as active and communication will be normal. More expensive than linear bus topologies because of the cost of the switches and routers. Ring topology. Ring network, a local network forms in a ring closed loop topology that uses token passing as a means of traffic on the line. Means one system is connected to second system, second is third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, and fifth to again first system in a ring format. If there is a breakdown in between one and two system, then there will be no communication with others. If one has to send a data to three, he can't send the data. On a token ring network, a token governing the right to transmit is passed from one station to next in a physical circle. If a station has information to transmit, it resizes the token, marks it as being in use, and inserts the information. The busy token plus message in is that passes around the circle copied when it arrives at its destination and eventually returns to the sender. The sender removes the attachment message and then passes the free token to the next station in the line, one by one. If system 1 has need to send some request to system 3, it will reach us to system 2. He checks, no, it is not for me, it is for system 3. It resends the data to system 3. System 3 sees, yes, it's for me. It will receive the data and sends the acknowledgement saying that I have received the data to 2. 2 again resends the data to 1. Likewise, it works. Advantages of ring topology. Short cable length as compared to star, no wiring, closer space required, suitable for optical fiber, high speed, traffic travels in one direction. Disadvantages of ring topology. Node failure causes network failure. If one system fails, complete network system will get down. Difficult to diagnose faults. Network configuration is difficult. It is not possible to shut down a small section of the ring because each and everything is interconnected. But when it comes to star topology, if there are 10 systems, one server, one printer which is connected to switch, and if you want to switch off 9 and 10 system, you can do that. Even 8 systems with server and printer will function until and unless the others are required to communicate with 9 and 10. Tree topology. A tree topology combines characteristics of a linear bus and star topology. Combination of bus topology and star topology is tree topology. It consists of group of stars, configured workstations connected to a bus backbone cable. See, in diagram you will be able to see clearly. There are multiple nodes which are connected to a switch. From a switch, it is connected to a backbone. Again, there is one more network. There is a printer which is connected to switch. From there, it is connected to one more switch. From there, it is connected to a backbone. There is a server which is connected to a backbone. Tree topology allows for the expansion of existing network and enable schools to configure a network to meet their needs. Tree topology is nothing but combination of two or more networks into one. Advantages of a tree topology. Point-to-point wiring for individual segments. Supports by several hardware and software vendors. Disadvantages of tree topology. Overall length of each segment is limited by the type of cabling used. See, when you are laying a cable, it depends what is the type of cable you are laying and at what meters you can use so that the data will transfer without any droppage. You can't lay a LAN cable for 1 kilometer. It won't transfer the data. If you want to transfer the data a kilometer distance, then you need to use fiber optic cables, and it also depends on the product type, what should be the diameter and all, etc. need to be checked. If the backbone line breaks, the entire segment goes down. More difficult to configure and wire than other topology. Considerations when choosing a topology. What are the things you need to keep in mind when you are selecting a topology? Money, length of cable needed, further growth. Muhammad Salman, make yourself mute and you are disturbing the class. Muhammad Salman. Further growth, cable type. As I have already mentioned, cable
Sorry,
length.
sir. Sorry, sir.
Cable length, the most common cable which we used in smaller network is unshielded twist pair, which is more often used in star topologies. But when you are transferring the data and if you are having multiple branches and all and you required higher speed of data, then you need to use UTP, unshield twist pair. Modems are used in older days. Nowadays, no one is using modems. It converts digital signals to analog signals and vice versa to communicate. Now, and with the help of telephone lines, it used to be configured. RJ45 connector, which will have 4 plus 4, 8 pins, a LAN cable, which is inserted and will be connected with the help of RJ45 connector. Is a 8-wire connector which is commonly used to connect computers on LAN. And RJ45 connector looks similar like RJ11 connector. RJ11 connector is used for connecting telephone lines. Ethernet card. If there is onboard card which is got damaged, then you can use Ethernet card also. A hub, a common connection point for devices in a network, is nothing but hub, switch, or a router. Common connection point. Hubs are commonly used to connect segments of a LAN. A hub contains multiple ports. A passive hub serves simple as a conduct for the data, enabling it to go from one device to another device. And one more thing, when you are connecting system to system, you need to do straight cabling, straight crimping. And when you are connecting two systems to hub also, you need to do straight crimping. When it comes to switch, if there are two systems, you are connecting it to switch, then you need to do cross cabling. And hub is having 8, 12 and 24 ports. When it comes to switch, it will have 8 port switch, 12 port, 24, 48, 64 and more than that also. Here, a switch is the context of networking refers to a device which filters and forwards data packets across a network. Switch functions as a filter and as a transmitter to transmit or forward the data packets across the network. Unlike a standard hub, which simply replicates what it receives on one port onto all the other ports, a switch hub keeps a record of the MAC address of the device attached to it. When the switch receives a data packet, it forwards the packet directly to the recipient device by looking up the MAC address. See, when it comes to hub, if system, there are 5 systems, system 1 is sending a data to system 4. So it broadcasts to all systems. It receives the data to system 2. No, it is not for me. System 3. No, it's not for me. System 4. Yes, it's for me. It receives the data. When it comes to hub. But when it comes to switch, if system 1 is sending the data to system 3, it stores the MAC addresses of all the 5 systems into switch. System 1 is sending the data to system 3. It checks the IP address and it checks the MAC address and sends the data directly to system 3. So other systems won't get disturbed. By this way, there will be a free space to communicate with each other. When the switch receives a data packet, it forwards the packet directly to the recipient device by looking up the MAC address. A network switch can utilize the full throughput potential of a network's connection for each device, making it a natural choice over a standard hub. If I need to explain in other words, says a network of 5 PCs and a server all connected with 10 Mbps UTP cable with the with a hub. 10 Mbps would be shared between each device. But when it comes to switch, could utilize the full 10 Mbps connection. So speed, communication speed will get slower when we are using hub. But when it comes to switch, the communication speed will get increase. Repeater is an electronic device that receives a weak or low signal and retransmit it at a higher level so that the signal can cover longer distance without degradation. See, if we are having a Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi radius is limited to 2 rooms and you want the Wi-Fi to be reachable to the third or fourth room also, then you have to use a repeater and you need to configure that in your Wi-Fi router so that the repeater will function and extend your Wi-Fi network so that you will be able to use the Wi-Fi from 1, 2, 3 and 4 rooms. That is nothing but repeater which extends the signal. Bridge connects two LANs having the same protocol, LAN A and LAN B. Having same protocol will be connected with the help of a bridge. For example, Ethernet or token ring. Data not designated for other network is prevented from passing over the bridge. Whatever there will be a communication between LAN A and LAN B will be passed on through the bridge. A bridge examines each message on a LAN passing through known to be written the same LAN and forward those known to be on other interconnected LANs. Router is specialized network device used to interconnect different types of computer network that use different protocols. See, here there is LAN 1 picture connected to router A. There is a router B with LAN 2, router C with LAN 3, all are interconnected with a backbone router. So there will be connection between office A, office B, office C. Uses of router. A router can be used to connect a local area network to another local area network, one LAN to one LAN, a wide area network, WAN to another wide area network, WAN to WAN, a LAN to the internet. As you see, a LAN to the internet is nothing but if we are having one or two systems at a home, that is nothing but LAN through which, with the help of a router, we are connecting to internet. WAN to WAN, from one nation office to the another nation office, wide area network. Local area network, if there is a school of multiple branches, suppose a school is having 10 branches, each LAN is connected with the help of a router. LAN 1, LAN 1, LAN 2, and so on till LAN 10 will interconnect with the help of a router. Working of router. Router transmits data packets through these networks. Determine the best path of transmission based on number of factors including traffic load, line speed, and cost. Routers are intelligent, so it takes the path which is the shortest path to from source to the destination, and it transmits the data. Gateway is a device that connects dissimilar networks. Establish intelligent connection between a local network and external networks with completely different structures. Gateway is the ISP that connects the user to the internet. See, in LAN settings, you will see gateway. Gateway is which is provided to get internet and to connect from one network to another external network. If you are into same LAN, then no gateway required. We can communicate with each other also. But if we are having some switch, router, and if we need internet also, then we need to assign a gateway. And with the help of that gateway, we can communicate from external networks also. How LAN design in general. General network design process. Access needs and cost, then topology and technology to satisfy needs, model network workload, stimulate behavior under expected loads, perform sensitive test, rework design as needed. As already what we have discussed in our previous slides is same in a pie diagram. How we need to design a network, what are the things that we need to keep in our mind, whether we are going to extend our network in future, all those things we need to keep in our mind and need to design the network. Here we have finished our session. If any doubts, please raise your doubts. Cross and straight cabling, that I will be explaining in next session. Any other doubts? Please ask your questions.
Sir, my question
Okay.
is the best network topology for network and which one
See, here
are
nowadays we are using tree topology and star topology only. Okay, no bus topology, no ring topology. See, for example, as I have explained you, there is a small office or a computer lab of a school which are having 20 systems. Those 20 systems, each system will get connected to a switch. From a switch, it will get connected to a router. Means star topology. And there is a lab at first floor and there is a lab at 10th floor. that you need to connect. Then those 20 systems will get connected to a switch. From that switch to switch, there will be an interconnection, and there will be a single router where from where you will be getting the internet. So the cable which is interconnecting floor 1 and floor 5th of 2020 systems each will act as a backbone. Next question. Any questions? Please ask your doubts and clear it up. And do remember to prepare your notes. It will help you to attend the interview. If not, it will be difficult for you to attend the interview. See, if you are, whatever we are teaching you, if you are preparing your notes, that is more than enough. You will be getting questions from what we are teaching you. Most of the questions will be covered from the topics what we are teaching you. So do prepare your notes so it will help you to crack the interview. Next question. Faster. If there are no questions, then I will be asking you the questions and you have to answer. Abdul Wase, what is the difference between RJ45 jack and RJ11 jack? Abdul Wase, please answer to my question. What is the difference between RJ45 jack and RJ11 jack? Abdul Wase.
Sir, can I tell the answer?
Yes, you can.
RJ45 has 8 jacks and
8 pins.
RJ11 has
8 pins.
8 pins.
Ah,
Sorry, 8 pins, and RJ11 has 4 pins.
yes. And what we will be connecting to RJ45 jack, and what type of cable we will be connecting to RJ11 jack. Syed Yusuf. Syed Yusuf, what cable we will be connecting to RJ45 jack, and what cable we will be connecting to RJ11 jack? Syed Yusuf. Mustafa Ali. Mustafa
So
Ali.
shall I give this answer?
Okay.
Uh, RJ11 connector we use for our phone lines,
Okay.
whereas RJ45 we use for LAN switch and network adapter.
You need to mention cable, LAN cable, for connecting LAN cable, whether it is shield or unshielded twist pair. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Abdullah, what are the types of topologies? Name the types of topologies. Abdullah. M.A. Mukhtar, what are the types of topologies?
Bus topology, star topology, ring topology.
Muhammad Moinuddin, please mute
Yes.
yourself. Muhammad Mukhtar, please repeat your answer again.
Bus topology, star topology, and ring topology.
And tree topology, which is a combination of bus and star.
Yes.
How a switch transmits the data? Who wants to answer? Please raise the hand, unmute yourself, and answer the question. How switch transmits the data? Altaf, you want to answer it? Altaf. Rizwan Ahmad. Rizwan Ahmad.
Sir, Altaf this side, sir.
Okay. Tell me the answer.
Hello.
Yeah, you can answer.
Yes, sir. It Yeah. Sir, each time it sends a file down into packets, and that is how it transmits the data from one device to another.
See, when comes to switch, what all the devices are connected into network? The devices which are having MAC addresses will be stored in the switch. If there are 10 systems, printer, etc. connected to the switch, All those MAC addresses are stored in the switch. If system 1 wants to communicate with system 5, need to send some file, it sends, I need to send so and so X document to system 5, it sends the data. The switch checks from where it came, source, and what is the destination. It matches and it directly sends the data to system 5. In this way, the switch will function. Because of that, it is better than hub and the communication will be faster way, in a faster way. Anyone wants to tell what are the advantages and disadvantages of, or what are mainly the differences between LAN and WAN? What are the differences between LAN and WAN?
LAN is local area network, which is used in small organizations like schools and all these things.
Okay.
And WAN is wide area, which includes LAN also, like other organization, international way, like this.
Okay, but in the same way, you just need to be precise your sentences, so it will be
Okay.
good to present you in the interview session. The
Okay.
concept what you are bringing is correct, but just to precise your sentence.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, what are the types of networks? Who want to answer this question? What are the types of networks?
Yes, sir. Can I say?
Yeah, you can.
Three types of networks:
Okay.
LAN, local
Okay.
area network;
Mm-hmm.
MAN, metropolitan area network;
Mm-hmm.
WAN, and third one is wide area network, WAN.
WAN. Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I request the host to take the attendance who are present right now and those who have taken exit, mark them absent for today's class. And what is coaxial cable? Who want to answer? Where we will be using coaxial cable?
I will say this one.
Okay.
Coaxial cable is a shielded copper cable which we use in our computer networks to deliver from cable TV services.
You are talking about STP cable, shield twist pair cable. You are talking about shield twist pair cable, STP. What we will
Okay.
be using in our LAN networks. I'm asking you regarding coaxial cable. Anyone who can answer
Can I,
this?
sir? Can I?
Yes.
It is used for television cable net.
Yes, coaxial cable where we will be using to transmit the data signals at TV cable operators will be using that coaxial cable mostly to transmit video signals. As well as on that cable, they will transmit the internet data also. But nowadays, no one is using big. What are the types of cable used in network? Who want to answer this question? What are the types of cable used in networks? Mustafa Ali, Sayyid Mustafa Ali, what are the types of cables are used in network?
Sir, Sayed was here.
Yeah, tell.
Coaxial cable, shielded twisted pair cable, fiber optics cable.
Unshielded twist pair?
Shielded and unshielded, two types. Then coaxial
Yes.
cable and this
Fiber
optical
optic
cable.
cable.
Yes. Sir, today only I was added in the group, so I want to know about the first class also. Is there any
Yes,
recording so that I can review that?
yes, you can. You just ping in the group, they will be sharing you the link.
Okay.
What is the definition of a network? What is the definition of a network? Muhammad Asaduddin. Definition of a network?
Sir, can I say?
Muhammad Asaduddin. Okay, you can answer.
Network in network in a computer science, a group of computers and association that are connected by communication facilities.
But in simpler way, if you want to say a network is interconnected or collection of devices or computers, or is nothing but network.
Okay.
What are the input devices and what are the output devices? What are the input devices and what are the output devices? Examples.
This mouse, keyboard, uh, are the input devices, and output are speakers, loudspeakers, and printers.
Scanner comes under input or output device.
Scanner input.
Output device.
Output device.
Output device.
Scanner comes under input device. Scanner comes under input device. It takes whatever the document we want to scan it, it
Processor
scans.
gives input as what?
It won't give the input, na. It displays, the monitor displays the output.
Scanner converts uh, physical document into soft copy. and saves his system.
And what is cold boot and what is warm boot? Who want to answer this question? What is cold boot and what is warm boot?
I will answer this one.
Okay.
Cold boot is nothing but to turn on the system, turn off the system, like starting the system, whereas warm boot is referred as restarting the computer.
Cold boot is nothing but a system which is completely off and we are switching it on. A system or a device which is completely off and we are switching it on is a cold boot. A system which is on, we are working on it. We want to restart with the help of a operating system. We are restarting with the help of a operating system. Is that nothing but a warm boot? What is the abbreviation of RAM and what is the abbreviation of ROM? And what is the abbreviation of BIOS? Who will answer this?
RAM
Sir,
is read or random access memory.
What is ROM?
ROM is
read-only memory.
Read only memory.
Read only
read only
memory.
Read
memory.
only memory.
And what is BIOS? Abbreviation
Basic
of
input
BIOS?
output system.
Basic input output.
And what about S?
Basic input
Basic
output
input
system.
output system.
What are the categories of operating systems available?
Windows, Linux,
You are talking about operating systems, system names, flavors. I'm
uh,
asking categories of operating
Windows,
system.
Windows and
Standalone,
server also.
server, embedded are the
Server.
categories of operating system. When I
Server
ask you
is
what are standalone operating systems, now you can tell me what are standalone operating systems? Windows XP, Windows 7, Mac OS, Unix, Linux, Windows 10 are standalone operating systems. When it comes to server, there are server 2008, 2016, 2019, Unix server, Linux server, Solaris server. Those are the server operating systems. What are the editions available in Windows 10? Windows 10 Home and Windows 10 Pro. how a virus can enter into our system. What are the means of transports available for the virus to enter into our system?
By using external
Through
disk.
pen drive.
One has to answer the question and others need to be muted. Yes.
Using USBs and through emails also, the documents.
Okay. And through internet.
Through internet, yes. And we should always log out after checking our email.
Whatever may be the site what we are visiting, whether it is financial site or social site or for email transactions or whatever may be, we need to log out every time. If we are leaving it logged in, then your account is at risk. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask me any questions, or else we will be ending our session here. Do prepare your notes, it will help you to perform in the interview. Use the link, drop your comments in the YouTube link. Any questions you can ask, or else we will be ending our session here. When you are attending the first slot of sessions, then it will be helpful for you to understand what is Windows Server, what is there in Cisco networking. If you're not attending the initial sessions, it will be difficult for you to understand what is cloud, how it functions, what are the hardwares required, what are the softwares required. If you won't attend these sessions, it will be difficult for you to understand that. And those are the students who got dropped in between, mark them absent in the attendance. So if there are no questions, I'm ending up the session here. Any questions?